Great. All right. Coming to you live from the lovely North Carolina. So we will start off coming into our comfortable seat. Go ahead and settle in. Do a little side to side, find your sit bones. And then even take maybe a little rocking back and forth, maybe a circular motion, whatever you need to do to get your sit bones even on the ground. And then let yourself get heavy, almost slouch a little bit so that you can lift up and sit tall. Think about drawing up through the center line of your body, your spine getting longer, the crown of your head reaching up. Bring your shoulders up to your ears so you can feel where you don't want them and then let them melt away. Nice. Do that one more time. Lift your shoulders up to your ears and then let them melt away. Go ahead and interlace your fingers in front of your heart and then start to figure eight your wrists, making some motions to get them feeling a little looser. And then float. Calm from a hectic day. Let your eyes close or focus softly on the ground in front of you. Then take a big breath in. Pause, hold it in, and then exhale, let it all out. Take another big, deep breath in. Hold the breath at the top, and then slowly exhale it all out. One more big, long, slow inhale. Hold the breath at the top, maybe drop your chin to create the bind. And then exhale everything out, leaving your chin down at your chest. Feel the stretch through the tops of your shoulders. Breathe into it. And then roll your right ear over to your right shoulder. And let your chin come back through center. And roll your left ear over to your left shoulder. And then come back through center. Lift your chin up so it's parallel with the floor, with the mat. And then look to your right this time. Take a breath in, and on your exhale, come through center, look over to your left. Come back to center, gaze up, being careful not to drop your head back too far. You want to just a gentle stretch through the front of your neck, and then maybe gaze up a little bit to the right and a little bit to the left. Come back to having your head centered over your shoulders. Walk your fingers out to either side of you. Tippy tap your fingertips like you're playing a keyboard, stretching them out. And then reach your right arm out. Get some energy floating out through your fingers. Turn your right palm up to the sky and then draw that arm all the way straight up, bicep by your right ear. Go ahead and face your palm towards me and finger puppet your hands. So open and close your fingers and your thumbs. Just one arm up there. Feel long through your right side. Notice if your right shoulder went up to your ear, drop it down. Breathe in. And then exhale, bend over to the left. Pressing your right hip into the mat so that you find this deep stretch through your side body. Maybe even into your hip, depending on your flexibility and your muscle tightness. Take another breath here, lengthen. And then slowly come up through center and let your right arm float all the way down. Reach your left arm out to the side with energy. Extend your fingers. Turn your palm up to the ceiling. Reach the arm all the way up. Bring that bicep by your ear. Notice where your left shoulder is. Drop it down. Turn your palm to face me. Finger puppet. Working your forearm. And then reach up. Exhale over to the right. This side is going to feel different than the other side. Keep pressing your left hip down. Maybe even gently press the mat away from you on the right. And breathe. And then come up to center. Let your arm come all the way down. Reach your arms up with purpose, coming into this big V shape. Reach up, pull your shoulders down. Reach up, pull your shoulders down. Reach up, pull your shoulders down. We're going to reach up and we're going to twist to the right, keeping our fingers extended up above us. And now slowly bring them down so that your right hand comes behind you and your left palm touches your right knee. Breathe in, lengthening your spine, and then exhale, twist a little bit further to the right. Breathing here. You're feeling a twisting and a lengthening at the same time. And then unwind back to center. Reach those arms all the way out and up. Reach up. Exhale, pull your shoulder blades down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull your shoulder blades down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up and twist to the left. Stay here, reach up, lengthen, and then exhale, bring your left arm behind you, your right hand to your left knee, lengthen taller, and then exhale a little bit more over to the left. Breathe in. And breathe out. Unwind all the way back to center. Place your hands gently on your knees. Arch your back, bringing your chest forward, and then start to round to the right, all the way back, over to the left, back to center. One more time in this direction. When you get to the front, we're going to switch directions, getting into your hip sockets. Maybe rolling around a little bit. You can add a little bit of shoulder sway into it if that feels good. And then come back to center, lengthen up. All right, we're starting to get everything moving. Let's make our way into our tabletop pose. So line your hands up underneath your shoulders. Point your pointer fingers forward. Stretch out your thumbs. Press down. So your shoulder blades should spread across your back and then drop your chest down. Press up, drop your chest down. Press back up and drop down. And now find your neutral. From this neutral position, we're going to extend our right leg behind us, keeping our toes on the ground. Rock back and forth. Might have some ankle cracking. That's okay. Nice. And then from this center position, lift your right leg up, tap your toe down. So try and keep your leg as extended as possible. It's okay if your knee isn't straight, but you want to extend from your hip. So you're lengthening through this front section of your body. Couple more taps. And then let your right toes come down. Press the mat away from you. Open your heart like cow pose. And then exhale like cat. Inhale, open like cow. Exhale like cat. One more time. Forward for cow. Exhale for cat. Stay lifted out of your shoulders. Drag your right leg over to your left. Look over your left shoulder. Maybe you can press your heel away from you even more. Pull your shoulders towards your fingers. So find this stretching motion from the back to the front. And then bring the right leg back. Return the knee underneath you. You can go side to side if you need to. And then reach that left leg back behind you. Rock back and forth. Stretch your calf out. Crack your toes. Maybe your ankle. Those synovial fluids are starting to move around. And then come back to center. To lift your left leg up, you need to press down through your right shin, but also press evenly through both hands. So keep your hips square. I don't want to see you open it up. Keep both hips pointing down to the mat, where we're tapping, lifting. Notice if the weight shifted. See if you can get the weight even in both hands. And now let the left toes come down to the mat. Press into the mat, open your heart. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, open. Exhale, cat. Inhale, open. Exhale, cat. Come back to neutral. Drag your left toes over to the right. Look over, lean your left shoulder towards the left front of your mat. I haven't had any mosquito issues, and now I have mosquito issues. And then come back, pull your leg back, return your knee, sway gently side to side. From here, we're gonna do a little wrist rotation. So turn your fingers out to the outer edge of your mat, make some circles in one direction, and then make some circles in the other direction. If you can, turn your fingers towards you, and then make some circles in one direction, and then make some circles in the other direction. Come back to neutral, maybe peel up. Can you come all the way up onto your fingertips and then roll back to the heel of your hand? Sit your hips back, draw your fingers up, and then come all the way forward. One more time. This is too much, just go as far as you can or sit up and stretch your wrists out. All right. Turn those fingers away around so they're pointing the front of the mat again. We're gonna reach our right toes back. So we've been here already. We're gonna lift our right leg up. Finding our balance, float our left arm up. Stay here now. Exhale, draw the knee to the elbow. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach out. See if you can airplane yourself so that your left arm is out to the left and your right leg is out to the right. You can always touch your toes and fingers down for balance, and then return to center. Go back. We're gonna open up to the left, lifting your left arm all the way up to the sky, and then exhale, thread the left arm underneath, letting your left ear come all the way down. Tense your right fingers. And then if you want, walk your right fingertips forward, stretching through your right arm. Keep your hips lifted so that you're getting a twist through your spine. One more breath here. And then start to unwind, press your right hand into the mat. Come all the way back up and around, opening your arm up to the left, and then come back down. We're gonna reach our left leg back this time. Rock back and forth. Oh wait, yeah, just a little, get your balance, and then reach your right arm forward. Lift your left leg up, find your balance, then exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. One more time. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Now see if you can airplane your leg out to the left and your arm out to the right. Balance here, lift, lift, lift. And then come back to center. Return your hands and your knees. Lift your right arm up, open your chest. And then exhale, thread your right arm under, coming all the way down to your ear, tenting up your fingers, or walking your left arm forward. Breathe here. Stretch through your spine, find the twist, and then come back. Press yourself up. Back into your tabletop position. We're gonna walk our hands one handprint forward. We're gonna curl our toes under and then slowly, 1, 2, 3, 4, lift our hips up. Pedal our down dog out. Right, left, left, right. Make sure your pointer fingers are pointing forward. Your heels are reaching back. You're trying to get your head between your biceps. Float your right leg up behind you. Draw the knee into your chest and slide the right knee all the way up between your hands. Lower your left knee. Untuck your toes if you want. Reach your arms up, crescent lunge. Breathe here. Couple more breaths, reaching up, finding a long spine, stretching through your left front hip. Exhale your hands back down, curl your left toes, step back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Think about getting your head between your shoulders, your biceps. Now float your left leg up behind you. Exhale, draw your left knee into your chest. Slide your left foot up between your hands. Lower your right knee. Your choice to tuck or untuck the toe. And then reach your arms out and up. Breathe here. Stretching through the front of your right side body. Nice. Reaching up. And then exhale, plant your hands, lift your right leg back to downward facing dog. Inhale, pull forward to plank. Hold here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale to plank. Exhale to downward facing dog. Float your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee into your chest and slide your right foot up between your hands. Lower your left knee. Tuck or untuck your toes. Reach your arms out and all the way up. Getting tall. Once you're up and tall, let your hips sink forward, finding a deeper stretch through the left front hip. Maybe even taking a tiny little back bend. When you exhale, let your fingers rain all the way down to the floor or to blocks if you have them, and then sit your hips back, flex your right foot, coming into a half split. Breathe here. See if you can lengthen, yes, my spine is rounded. See if you can lengthen your spine. Think about getting nice and long from your tailbone. Definitely would work better if I had blocks, but we make do with what we have. So I'm up on my fingertips, high up on my fingertips, and then roll forward, plant your hands, lift your knee, step back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Float your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee and slide it all the way up between your hands. Lower your right knee down. Reach out to come all the way up.
Breathe here, reach, grow tall. And then as you exhale, stretch through the front of your right hip, reaching taller. And rain your fingertips down. Start to straighten your left leg as much as you can, lifting your toes up to the sky. Flex, flex, flex. Lengthen your spine. And then plant your hands, lift your right knee, step back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Pull forward to plank. Hold here in your plank. Spread your shoulder blades apart. Drop your knees. Drag your fingers back all the way behind you. Take a little bit of a back bend. Come all the way back forward. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. We'll do that one more time. Pull forward to plank. Take a breath here. Drop your knees. Sit back on your heels. Drag your fingers back. Find the back bend. If it's not comfortable to drop your head back, just open your chest, pressing the mat away from you. And then roll forward back to downward facing dog. Float your right leg up behind you. Draw the knee all the way and slide it up. If you choose, keep your right knee lifted, left knee lifted this time. Reach out, come all the way up into a high lunge. Breathe here. Get tall, square your hips to the front of the mat, lengthen your back leg as much as possible. And then bring your hands to your hips, straighten your front leg, and start to hinge forward. If you can, reach your fingers down to the mat or to blocks. If you can't, keep your hands on your hips. Gaze forward. And now round your back, bringing your nose towards your knee. Bend your front leg back into your low lunge. Plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. Hips lifted high. Take a breath. Float your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee all the way in. Slide the left foot up between your hands. Choose if you want to keep your right leg lifted this time. Reach your right heel back. Reach your arms out. Come all the way up to your high lunge. Press down with your left foot. Reach your heel back. Square your hips to the front of your mat. Lengthen your spine. Reach up. And then bring your hands to your hips. Straighten your front leg. Lengthen. Exhale. Bend forward. If your hands can come down to the mat, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, keep them on your hips, stretching through the back of your front leg, and then exhale, round all the way down. Breathe here. Bend your left knee, plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. And pause. Pull forward to plank. Lower your knees. This time we're going to lower our chest all the way down. Untuck our toes. Inhale up. Exhale, come back straight up to plank or through tabletop. Curl your toes back to downward facing dog. Stay here and breathe. Pull forward to plank. Drop your knees. Lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, straight up or through plank to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Long, deep breaths. One more. And then gaze forward at your hands. Shift the weight into your hands as you start to walk your feet up to meet your hands coming into your forward fold, letting your head hang heavy, reaching for opposite elbows, and then gently sway right to left, left to right. Release your fingers down, bend your knees, and slowly start to roll all the way up, coming up to stand. Head coming up last. Once you're standing at the front of the mat, roll your shoulders back 3 times, and then roll your shoulders forward 3 times. We're going to reach our arms all the way out to the side, up overhead, interlace our fingers, release our pointer fingers, get taller. And then on our exhale, we're going to press over, stretch over to the right, press our left foot into the ground, bending, pushing our hips over to the left, 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 and then come up through center. Let your arms come all the way down. Take a breath. Reach your arms up, interlace them, opposite thumb on top. Release your pointer finger, reach up. And then exhale over to the left. Pressing your right hip out as far as it can go. And then come back to center. And let your hands come all the way back down. Take a breath. Let's start with some sun salutations. Even though it's in the evening, we're going to do it anyway. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands on your shins, lengthen your spine, draw your belly button up. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. From here, drop your knees, lower down chest, chin, untuck your toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, up to plank or through tabletop to downward facing dog. Float your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee up in between your hands. Breathe here in your low lunge. And then bring your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step, bring your arms all the way out and up, palms touch overhead. Exhale, your hands down by your side. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, hands on your shins. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Drop your knees, lower halfway down if you choose. Untuck your toes. Lift yourself into an upward facing dog, thighs and knees off the mat. Exhale into a downward facing dog. Breathe here. Float your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee into your chest. Slide your left foot up. You're in your low lunge. Lengthen, open your heart. And then exhale, step your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, flatten your back, lengthen it out. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach out and up, all the way up to stand. Exhale, your hands down by your side. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, nice and long. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back to plank. Lower halfway down, untuck your toes. Come into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog and take a breath. Anytime we go through the vinyasa, you can do what I'm doing, or you can do your own version, or you can take a child's pose. Inhale, float your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee into your chest. Slide your right foot up. You're in your low lunge. Open your heart. Plant your left hand down, float your right arm up, coming into your twist. Breathe here. Look up at your right hand. Now bring your right hand back behind you as you bring your left arm up, coming into a high lunge twist. Breathe here. Cartwheel your left hand back down, right hand back down. During your low lunge, shift the weight into the right foot, bring the left foot up to meet it. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stand all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, palms down by your side. Take a breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Draw your belly button up. Plant your hands, step or float back to plank. Lower halfway to chaturanga. Untuck your toes. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Make sure you're evenly pressing down between each hand. Float your left leg up behind you. Exhale, draw the left knee into your chest. Hold it here. And then slide the left foot up between your hands. You're in your low lunge. Breathe here. Plant your right hand down, twist to the left, reaching your left arm up. Find that length. Reach your right heel back. Look up to your left hand. And then watch as your left hand goes to the back of your mat and you come into your high lunge twist. Breathe here. And then cartwheel back down to your low lunge. Shift the weight into your left leg and bring your right foot up to meet it. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your arms all the way out and up. And exhale your hands down by your side. Staying at the front of your mat, we're going to do a little eagle practice. So we're going to sit into our chair position, holding our arms up. Shift your weight into your left leg. This might be as far as you go, lifting your right heel. Maybe you can lift your right leg and cross it, and maybe you can double cross it. So your right leg is over your left, arms are reaching up. If you can, bring your left arm under your right, double twist or single twist your hands, lift your palms up and out. Engage your inner thighs, find something that you can focus on. Always bring a leg down, arms out for balance, hold on to something, and then slowly unwind everything. Gently shake it out. And then sit back into chair. Shift the weight into the right leg, lift the left knee up, cross it over. Single or double twist. Maybe sit down a little bit lower. And then bring the right arm under, single or double twist. Try and square your hips to the front of your mat. Lift your elbows up. Hands reach up and away. You should feel a stretch through the tops of your shoulders, top of your back. Sit a little bit lower, squeeze those inner thighs, and then slowly release it off. Good job. Let it shake out a little bit. I got a bug bite on my belly. Come to the top of your mat. And let's build a beautiful flow. All right, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we will meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Float your right leg up behind you. Draw your knee into your chest. Let's kick it back up behind you, three-legged dog. Draw the knee in. One more time, float it up behind you. And then draw the knee in, slide the foot all the way up between your fingers. Take a breath in this low lunge, square your hips, reach your left heel back. Now turn your left heel down. Reach your left arm all the way forward as you turn and open and slowly come into that warrior two. Breathe here, your warrior two. Check your feet, make sure your front foot is, the heel is dividing the back, the center of the back foot. Are your shoulders over your hips? Are your arms at shoulder height? Straighten your front leg, lift your arms up to give them a break. Exhale, melt them back down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, melt back down. Inhale, reach up. As you lift up, feel your inner thighs engage, your legs elongate. Exhale, melt back down. Turn your right palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. Breathe here. And then straighten your front leg. You're still reaching up behind you with your right arm. As you start to shift your left hip back, reach your right arm towards the front of your mat, making your way into your triangle pose nice and slow. Right hand comes down to your shin or a block or the mat behind your right foot. Reach your left arm straight up to the sky. Your inner thighs are rotating to hold you up. Your torso is rotating towards the side of your mat, and your left arm is reaching up to the sky. Breathe here. Take another breath. And then cartwheel your left hand down, bend your right knee, swivel your left heel up. You are in a low lunge. Slide your right toes back, take a vinyasa, or go straight to downward facing dog. One more breath here. Float your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee into your chest. Float your left leg up behind you. Draw your knee in. One more time, float your leg up. Draw your knee in. Slide the left foot in between your hands, coming into your low lunge. Open your heart. Once you reach your right heel back, then turn it down. Reach your right arm forward to the top of your mat, up to the sky as it slowly pulls you up into your warrior two. Check your feet. Is the heel of your left foot bisecting the center of your right foot? Are your hips underneath your shoulders? Bring those arms to shoulder height and then drop your shoulders away from your ears. Relax the arms. They're active, but they're not tense. Straighten the left leg, let your hands touch overhead. Exhale, melt back down. Inhale as you lift, press into your legs. Feel the legs engage and activate, melt back down. Lift up. And then melt back down. Turn your left palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. Breathe here, stretching through your side body. And then start to slowly straighten your left leg. Keep reaching back towards the back of the mat with your left arm. Take a few breaths. Bump your right hip towards the back of your mat as you start to hinge your body towards the front of your mat, lengthening out your left arm, letting your left hand come down to your shin or a block as you reach your right arm up to the sky. Now you don't want to be dumping and pressing into your leg. You want to be able to float your left arm away if you had to. It's there more for balance and guidance. Breathe here, feel the twist through your spine, through your torso. Your inner thighs are rotating towards each other. And then reach your right arm up and over, coming into your low lunge. Swivel your right heel up. Breathe here, plant your hands, step back to plank, go through your version of your vinyasa, knees, chest, chin. Maybe it's a child's pose. Maybe it's 4 push-ups. And then we will meet back in downward facing dog. Check that your feet are still hip distance apart, that your pointer finger is pointing forward. Float your right leg up behind you. Draw the knee into your chest. Float the right leg up behind you. Draw the right knee into your chest. Make sure your hips are staying square, that you're not opening or twisting. Leg up behind you. Draw the knee in. Slide that right foot up between your hands. Check your low lunge. Turn your left heel down. Reach your left arm out, up, and all the way back into your warrior 2. Straighten your leg, lift, exhale, bend back down. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, bend. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your front leg. Bump your hips to the back, reach forward, coming into your triangle pose. Reaching your left arm up to the sky. Breathe here. Take another breath. And then bend your right knee, sliding your right forearm onto your right thigh, left arm up in the sky, and then reach your left arm out in front. So you have a gorgeous line from your fingertips all the way to the outer edge of your left foot. Find that triangle shape between your body, your arm, and your thigh. Couple more breaths here. Take time to adjust. And then rotate your left hand down, right hand on the outside of your foot. Lift your left heel up. Slide your right leg back. Go through your version of your vinyasa. Halfway down to chaturanga, upward facing dog. And we will all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here in downward facing dog. Nice and slow. Press into the mat. Lift away from your shoulders. Float your left leg up behind you. Exhale, draw the left knee into your chest. Float the left leg up behind you. Draw the left knee into your chest. One more time, float the left leg up behind you. Draw the left knee into your chest, hold it here, and then float your left foot up between your hands. Secure your low lunge. Turn your right foot down. Press into the outer edge of your right foot. Reach your right arm forward as far as you can, and then stretch your right hand up to the sky, floating into your warrior 2. Straighten your left leg, palms touch overhead. Exhale, bend. Lengthen. Exhale, melt back down. Lengthen. Exhale, melt back down. Turn your left palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. Breathe here. Straighten your left leg. Reach your left arm back. Start to bump your hips to the right. Straightening your arms. Move slowly into your triangle pose. Reaching your right arm up, finding the twist through your torso, opening your chest. And then bend your left leg, slide your left forearm onto your left thigh. Reach up. And bring your right hand down. Come back into your low lunge. Step back into plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we will meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here in down dog. Maybe you need to pedal it out. Maybe you need a child's pose. Float your right leg up. Draw your knee into your chest. Float your right leg up. Draw your knee into your chest. Float your right leg up. Draw your knee into your chest. And then slide your right foot in between your hands. Open your heart in your low lunge. Turn your left heel down, reach your right arm out and up. Slowly find your way into your warrior two. Straighten and lengthen. Melt back down. Straighten and lengthen. Melt back down. Straighten and lengthen. Melt back down. Turn your right palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your right leg, reaching back to the back of your mat. And now start to transition by reaching to the front of your mat, coming into your triangle pose. We've been here before. Maybe you want a little bit of a challenge to bring your left arm by your left ear. Bring your right arm by your right ear. Breathe here in core strength. And then bend your right leg, slide your right forearm onto your leg. Reach your arm, left arm up. Take it all the way around into the half bind. If you're feeling like the full bind is available to you, reach back with your right arm. If you have to bend all the way forward like this, the bind is not available to you, and stay here. You want to be able to keep your chest open and your shoulders wide. Breathe here. One more breath. Release the bind. Come back into your low lunge. Extend your right leg back to down dog. Pull forward to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa, and we will meet in downward facing dog. Breathe slowly. Nice slow breaths. Check your fingers. Reach your hips up. Lift your left leg up behind you. Draw the knee into the chest. Lift your left leg up behind you. Draw the knee into the chest. Lift the left leg up behind you. Draw the knee in. And then slide your left foot up between your hands. You are in that low lunge. Turn your right heel down, pressing into the outer edge of your right foot. Reach your right arm forward as far as you can. Open up. Float on up to your warrior two. Straighten your left leg. Let your palms touch overhead. Exhale, melt back down. Lengthen up. Exhale, melt back down. Lengthen up. Exhale, melt back down. Turn your left palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your left leg. Peaceful triangle. Bump your hips to the right. Reach your arms out. Left arm as far forward as you can as you come into your triangle pose. You can stay here, or if you want to challenge yourself, reach your right arm. So your right bicep is by your right ear. Float your left arm up, finding that core strength. Take another breath here and then bend the left thigh, placing the left arm on your left thigh. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Turn the palm. Bring the arm behind you, coming into the half bind. If you want to try the full bind, reach your leg back and then open up. Breathe here. One more breath. And then release, coming into your low lunge. Step back to down dog. Pull forward to plank. Take a vinyasa. Or lower all the way down, which is where we will meet on our stomachs. Forehead on the ground. We're going to reach our arms back behind us. We're going to lift up our arms and our chest. So it's almost like a baby cobra, but no hands. And then exhale, lower down. Breathe in, exhale as you lift up. You're pressing your front of your thighs, your shins, the tops of your feet into the mat. Seeing if you can lift up, reach back, lift up, reach back. And then exhale, turn the other cheek to the ground and rest. From here, we're going to see if we can add the feet. So maybe you just bend your feet and reach back, or maybe you can bend your feet and reach for your ankles. If you can reach onto your ankles, kick your feet into your hands, lifting up. Stay here for 5 breaths. Kicking the hands into the feet, kicking the feet into the hands, and breathe. And then exhale, lower down, look to the left, and relax. Maybe shake your hips out if that feels good. All right, we're gonna do it one more time. So bend your feet, reach for your ankles. If you have a strap, you can also put that around your feet and hold on to the strap to try and get into the back bend. Kick your feet, lift your chest, kick your feet, lift your chest. You want to see if you can get your thighs up off the ground, lift, lift, and then exhale, float everything down, release, shake your hips out, look to the right. Bring your hands underneath you, slowly press yourself up, coming back into a child's pose. Sitting your heels back. Maybe you don't put your head down yet. You keep it a little bit lifted, stretching out. And then we're going to come all the way up, swinging our legs around, making our way onto our backs. So knees point up to the sky, feet on the floor. Let's reach those arms out. Slow down. 10, 9, 8. Has anyone seen improvement in this? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your right knee into your chest. Extend your left leg away from you. Rotate your right ankle. Hold on to your right knee with your left hand. Extend your right arm out to the side. And then draw your right knee all the way across your body, coming into a big twist. You should feel a stretch through your chest. You want to try to drop your right shoulder down to the mat in opposition of your right knee, which is dropping down on the left side. You can use your left hand on your left knee to give it a little bit more of a push. Gentle though, nice and gentle. And then come back to center. Hold your right knee in, slide your left foot onto the mat, place your right ankle on your left knee, gently press your right thigh open with your right hand, and then lift your left shin so it's parallel. reach behind your left thigh and guide your leg in. Reclined figure 4. So if you don't care for pigeon, which we do a lot in this class, you can always take reclined figure 4. It is a very similar stretch. It gets into your outer hip. And from here, feel free to rock side to side. Maybe that gets a little deeper. Sometimes you can find a spot if you rock just a little bit to the left and then press your right hip away. You're like, oh. Or maybe you like to stretch and bend your left leg. And then lower your left leg down, uncross your legs. Draw your left knee into your chest, interlace your fingers around your shin, extend your right leg away from you. Holding on to your left knee with your right hand, gently bring your knee across your body. Extend your left arm out, palm up to the ceiling. Breathe here. Enjoying this reclined twist. Trying to reach your left shoulder to the mat as you reach your right knee, your left knee to the mat on the right side. Feel this diagonal stretching. And then roll back onto your back, hugging your left knee in. Slide your right foot to the mat. Place your left ankle on your right knee. Gently press your leg open with your left hand. Shift your right shin parallel to the mat, reach behind your right thigh, and then guide it in towards you. Coming into your reclined figure 4. Breathe here. Draw the belly button in. Again, maybe it feels good to rock side to side. Maybe you want to stretch the leg up. And then lay the right leg down, uncross left leg. Draw both knees in towards your armpits, holding on to them. Maybe you make some circles. Maybe you would like a happy baby where you reach for the outer edges of your feet and then extend the soles of your feet up to the sky. Maybe a goddess or cobbler's pose feels better for you. Or maybe you're ready to go straight into your Shavasana. So extend your legs away from you. Extend your arms away from you. Let your head fall back and relax. Release the tension between your eyebrows. Release the tension in your jaw. Let your shoulders drop down and away. Let your feet fall open. Let your palms face up. Let your eyes close if that's comfortable.
you're ready to come out of your Shavasana, you can go ahead and start to do that. If you want to stay in your Shavasana, that is the beauty of an at-home yoga practice. I thank you all for coming, and I will see you again soon. Namaste.